Welcome to Aya and welcome to Aya Golden Energy Healing. Now we get to the part that requires a high level of understanding. In fact, this whole system of golden energy healing is based around understanding and knowledge. Let me explain. The way healing energy is made from golden energy is through the programming of that energy. Golden energy is the base, and then we add layers of programming which transform it into healing energy. The programming gives the energy instructions, healing instructions. That programming is added in two main ways, through intention or non-intention. Let's first talk about intention, because that's the most common, and it's the one we need to practice with. What do we mean by intention? We mean that energy is programmed by forming an intention in the mind. That's a type of thought or thinking patterns. If you form the intention that you want to send healing energy to someone, that's a thought, isn't it? A thought in your mind or brain. That's the most basic level of intention. But it turns golden energy into healing energy. Now, there are far greater levels of intention or layers of programming that you can add to your healing energy. The more layers of intention and programming that you add, the better that healing energy will be at whatever job you want to give it. So, for example, if you want it to go and help heal a dislocated shoulder, you need to give it detailed instructions. It needs to know where to go and exactly what to do when it gets there. So how do we add these levels of intention? Well, through different types of intentional thoughts, specifically visualizations and mantras. Now, a visualization is when you try and see a picture or moving picture in your mind's eye. Try this now. Try and visualize a picture of a house in your mind. Close your eyes and do it right now. Can you see it? Okay, now visualize someone coming out of the front door of that house, walking down the garden path to a road, and then start running down the road. Can you do that? Try it now. Now, some of you might find it easy, some of you might not. Not everybody responds well to visualization. That's why we can also use mantras as well. A mantra is a spoken word or phrase repeated over and over again. It can be out loud or it can be just silently in the mind. It's actually a form of meditation. If you choose a phrase that relates to the exact instructions for the healing energy and you repeat it over and over, that serves as a way to program the energy. For example, your mantra could be, go to the left shoulder and repair the damaged muscle tissue, cartilage, and tendons. But you have to do all these intention exercises at the right time and place as part of the healing sessions. But we'll go through that later on, don't worry. Now, hopefully you can see why a high level of knowledge is needed about how healing energy is formed so that you can manipulate energy. But also why a high level of knowledge is needed about what you want that healing energy to do so that you can give it the instructions that it needs. Too often, systems of energy healing don't go far enough with that programming, and so much healing capacity is left behind. So now let's talk about non-intention healing. This is another way that healing energy can be programmed, but it's unfortunately well out of your control. But it's very important to know about. The intention process we've just described is a process of thinking in the lower mind or brain. That's using the conscious mind or conscious thinking process. Non-intention healing or programming is when your higher mind also sends healing energy at the same time. Now, this is the first time we've mentioned the higher mind in this course. Your higher mind is the thinking part of your soul. Yes, you've got a soul. Of course you have. And it can do all sorts of things. And one of its capabilities is producing healing energy. It can actually produce a very powerful form of healing energy with much higher levels of programming than the lower mind is capable of. But the downside is that you don't have any control over it. It can send its own healing energy if it decides to, or it may not. In fact, quite often it doesn't. So it's very important to always go through the motions of intention healing. Now, there are some exceptions to that, but that's not part of this course. So why are we teaching about non-intention then? Well, it's important to know about it because if you suddenly have extreme success in healing, but then it goes away and it doesn't happen again, it's likely that your higher mind got involved at one time. There's many reasons why it does that sometimes, but that's also for another conversation. But there are many ways that you can enhance the possibility of your higher mind giving you helping hands. First of all, you have to have the knowledge in the first place. And then after that, certain exercises will actually help it happen if your higher mind does actually decide to send healing energy. Without going too much into anatomical detail, performing self-energy work on the major chakras will improve the connection between your energy body framework and your higher mind framework. The chakra breathing exercise is a very good place to start. Now, we'll go through chakra breathing in a later video. But if you want to try it now, go to our link in bio and you can download a free booklet of self-healing exercises. It's got chakra breathing in it. Okay, that's probably enough for now. Let's call it a day. So till next time. See you soon.